Every time someone presses this button, you get a loud, disruptive ding-dong. And that's it. No phone notification if you're in the backyard, no automation triggers, and absolutely zero control. And today, we are changing that. We are turning exact this dumb doorbell into a fully integrated smart home device using one of the smallest relays on the market, the Shelly 1 Mini Switch Generation 3. You can also use any other smart switches with a similar configuration, and that's not a problem. I'll talk about that later. And not only will you keep your physical chime working, but I'm also going to show you how to set up a smart scene that triggers a custom alarm or action every single time someone rings it. Let's get into it. But before we touch a single wire, step 0, turn off the breaker. Seriously, check it with a voltage tester before you start poking around. And this is my main source, power source, so it's turned off. So you're now asking why Shelly 1 Mini, maybe? Because it has dry contacts and potential free terminals. Most standard mechanical doorbells run on low voltage AC or DC, usually from 8 to 24 volts. The Shelly 1 Mini allows us to power the relay itself with these two, and while safely switching that separate low voltage doorbell circuit without frying anything. And let's head over to the chime box. Okay, yeah, you can see here that I have already connected the power source for this doorbell here, and that's because I have a separate power source here of 12 volts for it. So this for the testing purposes, just for this video here. And if you have 220 volts or 110 volts doorbell, then you would actually just remove these and use a different configuration. I'll tell you later on how to do it. But this is it. And now I'm just going to, because this is all low voltage right now, I'm just going to remove these wires here. So these two that are just connecting it here, and I'll keep it as this. Now I'm gonna open this Shelly 1 Mini, and I said that you can use any other devices that you have smart switches here, because if you're actually having maybe a device that is on 220 volts AC, you could actually connect, instead of dry contacts, you can connect those switching outputs directly to the doorbell. In that case, you would have not 4, but actually 2 wires only that are maybe that are actually 220 volts. So whenever you pass the power to them, it will ring. And that's not the case with that one. And actually this one is for access controls for doorbells, and I had just that one nearby, so I'm using it for the sake of this tutorial. So let's continue. I have this device here, and I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna connect, make some connections here. So we're actually at 12 volts, and we don't have to care about this part. And we need this switch that will press these buttons here like this instead of us. And we are connecting the power source here. And because we need to provide for the switch, we need to provide some power here, so we need to connect live to the switch. So this is one usage of the live, and another one that is actually going there, and we are going to power it like this. So I'm just going to use this Vaga connector. I'll power this because I turned off the electricity from here. I'll just add it like this here, and then we are just closing this here. Okay, hit my finger. Okay, and now we'll add this one here for the doorbell, actually for the switch. Okay, here, and the third one will actually go to the relay of this Shelly Mini switch. So I'll just add it like this. I'll tighten it. Okay, these are really small ones here, And if you haven't watched the previous video, I had posted one video regarding the Shelly 1 mini wiring, actually, how is it actually working, because some people are having issues with them, with connecting actually and understanding how these dry contacts are actually working here. You can watch that one as well. And now I'm just gonna put this here inside and close it. So we have tightened these here, and this is the thing with the live here. Then another part of the live, we're gonna provide to our doorbell. So we'll add it here like this. Now let me just fix this. Okay, I'll just push it inside of this one. Come on. Okay, and now we have tightened this one, and then I'm just gonna add another one here. Okay, like this. And this is a classical like wiring the switch, and it doesn't matter with that, and has nothing with the smart switch. So these two here. And we are going to add, so we are providing the live here, and that live is going to be connected to our switch here from this doorbell. So this is how it expects it here in this small relay. So we're gonna add it to the switch port here. Okay, just let me see if I'll just adjust the screw here. Okay, and I'll put it inside, and let me just tighten it. Okay, yeah, these are really small, and you have to care about everything here. And also just make sure that you are not leaving these wires like I did here, but this is just for the demo. Okay, I'll just tighten it. And then now when we connected these two here, we have to bring neutral here, and also let me bring it inside. Okay, we are bringing it here. Just let me deal with these. So there's a lot of these small wires here. Okay, and yes, okay, I said yes like I did something really important, but nothing more than putting the wire inside of this. Okay, tightening. Okay, and now we have it. Okay, now we have our switch connected here, mechanical switch, and we're using this tester actually that is clicking and going back, the regular one for the doorbells. Okay, and finally we have to connect these two. So as I said, we are with this input and output, we are having dry contacts here. We're gonna use these dry contacts to just connect these two with our application, and actually with controlling it with this one here. So we will actually make everything like the regular switch and regular doorbell is working. Sorry, and you will see it right in a second that is actually working and acting as it was before. So let me just adjust these a bit. Okay. Now I'll put this one. Doesn't matter which one is going where, because they are just dry contacts here. And in case that you have 220 volts doorbell here, instead of doing this, you would actually bring one of these wires that we're talking about, the 220 volts doorbell. So you would bring one of the wires that is actually neutral and connected with the neutral of this here. So these neutrals will go there, and you will actually connect the live to this output and bring another live here to the input. So you will input live and cut it with this switch and provide it back to the doorbell, and you wouldn't have these wires that I'm having actually are black and red here. Okay, so that's in case that you're having a 220 volts doorbell, but in this case we are using it like this and working on it. And now let's just connect. I was talking, I stopped connecting. Okay. Okay, and that's it. So now let's test it. Oh, we have to turn on the Shelly. So that's why it's not working. Okay, now I'm bringing the power to the Shelly. Okay, and let's test. We have a power here. So I'm not sure if you can see it. Yes, we have it. The small one is blinking. You see? I'm sorry. This red is blinking and actually connecting or pairing. Okay, and now we can just test this. So we can hear that it is ringing, and I'm not sure in the camera that if you hear properly the sound because of the noise cancellation of the microphone, but I hope that you hear some sound. Okay, and now when we connected everything, we have our full setup here. So now we can go to the Shelly application to do some configuration that is important to us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this setup working, and we would just spend this Shelly here without any reason to make the same thing that we already had. So I'll just bring my phone for a second. Okay, and open the Shelly Smart. Okay, in the Shelly Smart, I actually get this, and it is saying that we have a new device to add. So that's Shelly 1 Mini Gen 3, as you can see here. So I'm gonna click Add Device, and it will use my Wi-Fi to connect. And now I'm gonna just click and say, okay, Add Device. And we'll wait a bit for it, as you already know in the Shelly application, that it is going to add it like that. In your other applications or other switches, you would add the device almost the same way and do some configurations. And the most important thing here is to add the proper configuration there regarding the notifications, so you will get the point and to get notified when something changes there. So we're still waiting for this. I hope it will. Yeah, it's finishing up. And please, yeah. Okay, device access point disabled and device Bluetooth disabled, because usually Shelly uses Bluetooth to connect to pair the device. Okay, we get it like this. We'll just add a name here. I'll just call it Doorbell. Okay, Doorbell. Next, and I'll add to the office because I'm testing it right now. Okay, office added. And now we can see that in the office, we can see the doorbell here. I'm just gonna click it and test it from here. And I'll have to turn it off like this. This is like, you wouldn't do this usually. Yeah, there's one idea. You can prank your spouse with this, because you could actually pretend that someone is ringing the bell at the door, but while sitting on the couch. But that's a good thing to do. Okay, this is the thing that we added the doorbell, and we can, when we press this button here, we can see that it is actually triggering it and turning it off. So this momentary switch is actually working because we have device settings here, and we have the input-output settings, and this input-output setting is actually set to be a switch, and it's a toggle switch. So when you flip switch on, and another state is going to be off. So this is exactly what we need here, because this is automatically turning it off, and that's it. And also when set relay power option is here, that we will just keep it to match input of the device, and that's it. So it will automatically read that this device is turned off whenever there is electricity loss, and it comes back. So we don't have to change anything here. And what we actually have to do here is we have to go here, home, all scenes here. You can see all scenes. And now we have to create a scene here, add scene. So the scene will have a condition here. So we will create a new condition here, and it is going to be device based, because we want something to happen when the device changes the state. So click next. and we're gonna find this device doorbell here. Go next, and input state. So we wanna say, okay, when Shelly is turned on, do something. So this condition is just a trigger, and we'll save it. Okay, and next, on the next screen, we have to add what to do. So I'll just bring it a bit up. I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, we can go here and add action. And the action is going to be like this: add action, device action, notify action. So we are selecting notify action here. So we want to be notified when something changes here. And the next, we want phone notification here. And there is a lot of other options here. So we can get an email notification, add activity log, or notify Alexa to do something when it happens. So we're gonna just, for now, this phone notification, and the phone notification would be a standard notification, but I'll add someone is ringing the doorbell. Okay. And delay action, we don't need delay. We just want it to trigger immediately. And we're gonna just hit save, phone notification, click next, and we need to active time every time. So maybe you can reschedule when you're at home or during the night or anyway, but I'm just keeping it like this. And we want to enable scene, as you see, save. Okay, and it's just gonna be global scene. Doesn't matter, you can move it to the rooms, anything else, and I'll just call it doorbell scene. Okay, doorbell scene, and this is it. Then let's test this. I'll press this, it will ring the doorbell, and we are just getting the notifications here. So in the notifications, we can see the notification here. Sorry, yeah, we can see notification. Doorbell requires okay. Yeah, it's not that notification, but I'll just trigger it again. Okay, someone is ringing the doorbell, and we can see that someone is ringing the doorbell. You can adjust this, change it whatever you want, but this is it actually. So we could also go to the notifications and see any other notifications here, but this is it. And what else we can do with these? We could possibly do some changes. If we have like 220 volts doorbell that is requiring us to press the button to keep it like this while ringing, we could add some automations here to this Shelly device or your smart switch to keep when someone presses for how long to keep the doorbell ringing. And yeah, you can play with this. You can activate any other scenes, but this is actually it. We managed to create this scene to get a notification each time someone presses this. And now if you're in a backyard and someone is at the doors and pressing the doorbell, you'll get a notification on your watch or on a phone, and you'll be able to go to the doors to open it actually, and to see that someone is actually there or not. You have a delivery guy bringing your pizza home or something else to not miss. Okay, so it's just like that. Yeah, completely seamless integration. You keep the classical mechanical charm of original Bell, but you gain full smart home visibility and security oversight here. So if you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment if you run into any wiring snags with your specific chime, and subscribe for more deep dive automation builds. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.